Hey guys, I'm making a video talking about light drivers cancel light. Now I know most people know how drivers cancel works. In general, where you lose 3 bars for activating your bar, and then your meter locks out, as you can see there. So if you do a true string, you don't gain any bar back, right? You can see that there. So like, for example, if I do this into that, I get a little bit of meter when I do the crouching jab after the crouching medium punch. If I do a true string, it's +3, right? Now, if you ever break the string on the DRC, you start gaining meter. Now, if there's a gap there, most people will reversal. So as you can see here, like I will do back HB and I get reversal, right? But this is a true string, right? But there's also this. So this is reversible, but it's also a frame trap. See? Countering it. He's doing crouching jab on block, but the main thing about this is to do something fast. When you do a medium into a medium, it's a very long block stun, so you can like really feel that you're getting put into a block and up into a block. But a light DRC is pretty quick, and you can go for a fast mix. And so by having a fast mix with Manon, you could do like things like this, or command throw. So this is kind of scary with a grappler character. Now, granted, the data is different across a couple of characters. There's only about, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 characters that have access to light DRC light. Now, you're like, oh, why would this be good? Well, the reason is you start gaining your meter back faster than usual. So, for example, if you do light DRC frame trap, that is +3 on block for a command throw character. If I land a command throw here, you see I'm at full 4 bars. Now let's see how this works when I just do this alone. I had a little bit more meter than before, but gaining that regen earlier than usual is really important. So if I land this, the regen starts occurring, and I get the bar from the command throw, right? Now, with Manon, this is +2, and this is +1. So you can start regenning immediately after you do that. So it's pretty useful because this will beat throw. Crouching jab also will beat throw as well. So with Manon you can get this, and then you start gaining bar immediately. Regen is all there. And now you have access to another DRC potentially right after this. Now this has a lot of potential. There's a bunch of characters that have access to this. Manon being one of them, but Geef being another. Geef really takes advantage of this because Geef has actually a safe to reversals strength. So he has that, right? But with Geef, you are, I believe, 5 LP and 5 LK. 5 LK being +5. This is a 6 frame normal. That is safe to reversals. Yes, that right there. That's all safe to reversals. And that becomes a true string. So that makes Geef really scary. So you can potentially make this a whole string, or create a gap. And so when you create a gap, you can delay. So this delay is really hard to see. So if you can see there, I created a gap, and then if I land the next command throw, I gained a lot more meter. So this is pretty useful. Now, Gee's standing light kick into this is a true string. And I believe it's stand jab into a crouching light kick is also a true string. And just to show you, see? True string. If they try to decide to normal throw, you can frame trap them with crouching light punch. And then crouching light kick to keep it a true string. Right? And you can variate this in many ways. I'm pretty sure Kobion uses this a lot. Many Gi players. I'm sure some of them do it on accident, but there are some players that do it with intention. So again, 5 drive rush cancel from 5 LK is +5, and then drive rush cancel from stand jab is +4. Just keep that in mind. He also has 2 LP drive rush cancel into that. That is +1. So that leaves a gap there. But in the mix of things, when you're dealing with Gi and neutral and you're looking for a lot of things and the mental stack is high, you can easily get lost in the mix, and then he ends up gaining a bar back, and then he has potential for DRC again. So yeah, that's Zangief. There's another example of this being pretty good with Dalsum. So Dalsum gets this off of his where's Dalsum? Am I blind? Yeah, there it is. So Dalsum gets this off of his crouching jab. So this is his 5-frame button, this is his 4-frame button. So when Dalsum's defending, he can use this to create space to force a frame trap. So like that. So if the Dalsum player is doing a string, you have to respect this. It's a frame trap. They try to normal throw here. See? Then you end up being +10 and you could do whatever you want. So that's not bad for Dalsum. So like if he needs to create space and he needs to do it off of a jab, he could do it. He turns it into a frame trap. Yeah, it's weak to reversal, but it's still an option, and you could potentially start gaining meter, as you can see there with the drive meter. Now, one other really interesting character that I was testing this with was Jamie. So with Jamie, standing light kick into crouching jab is a frame trap. As you can see. So Ken is mashing crouching light punch, and you can do this into this. And now you're kind of thinking like, why is this important? Well, if Jamie has a drink, he can do frame trap and start gaining meter again. Now, if he does the frame trap into the throw, this is +1. That's +3 on block. So effectively, what ends up happening is if you do standing light kick, crouch jab, that's a strike throw mix. Because if you land throw, you refund your meter. Now let's do this at 6 bars. And as you can see, I'm back at 4. I have the chance to either drive rush or attempt another DRC situation. Now, this changes in the corner. Now I'm at 2 drinks, and I'm still meter positive. Now, this gets really interesting because if you do this, you are now +11 off of that. Now I'm at 4.5 bars. Wow, that's a lot. That means I can attempt a DRC if I make contact again. Then it gets even crazier. So now we're gonna have Ken push a button after this sequence. So we're at one drink, and when you get in one drink, you gain access to this target combo. When you do this, you have that as a string. So if I do 5 LK, I burn 3 bars. As you can see, I'm gaining bar. Now, what happens when you combine this with SA2? This turns into a setup. So if you do this block string, that's a true string, okay? Now, since that's a true string, and now I'm starting to gain bar, that's all a true string, and I spent DRC twice there, okay? So that also means DRC can give you a strike throw mix. So if you get command throw, and then if you land that next hit, you gain access to a Rekka into gaining bar again. So let's do the sequence. Alright. Now I'm back at 3.5 bars. Yes, I'm -1 in that situation, but if we were in mid-screen, this would be pretty good. You can choose to go for the Rekkas and be also net positive with Oki there. Sorry. You get the idea. So effectively, what you're doing is you're cheating the system into regenerating your bar. Now, Jamie could really take advantage of this by simply being in level 1 drink, forcing strike throw, and then gaining a bar. Now you're back at 4. You spent 3, but you're back at 4. I think that's pretty good return. Now, granted, getting Jamie to get drinks is quite hard, but with this in mind, landing a throw in general nets you drinks. So if you're able to create a situation where you're able to refund your drinks and have more chances to use DRC to fund your throw mix to get you a drink, I think this is pretty worth it, especially with SA2 in mind. And then SA2 has a whole bunch of spacing traps that you can play with, right? And if they try to push buttons there and they take their turn back, you can easily set up spacing traps that can fund and start recycling DRC over and over during your SA2, because you'll be at level 4, you can gain drinks while hitting Rekka, and so on and so forth. So the main characters that do this right now from my testing is Jamie, Manon, Geef, Sim, Honda, Guile, JP, Ken, Kim, Bison, and Marissa. The next character I do want to show is Honda. So, like with command throw characters, this is pretty powerful. But Honda has a true string with his crouching jab, just like Manon, and you can clap to condition the opponent, right? But Honda can also force a strike throw. So if the opponent tries to move. If the opponent tries to move, you get 10 frame follow-up. So yeah, this is pretty useful if you want to like steal a turn and get meter back and potentially get DRC after the next combo. Because if you land the next combo, you'll definitely gain a lot of meter. So to give an example, as you can see, Manon's gaining a lot of meter there, even though I spent DRC in the last situation. So it's all about like cycling through, spending DRC, resetting the meter, and then being able to use bar and gain it back at the same time. So if you use OD moves, like so, you'll start gaining the meter immediately, right? Now the main special cases here are going to be that Jamie has target combo into a +4, so this DRC can cheat the situation too. So if the opponent, this is +4 on level 1 drink, the target combo, right? If they choose to block this and they don't reversal and they're scared that you're gonna do a true string, because that's a true string, they wouldn't be able to reversal that. But if you do target combo, I'm gaining bar again. You see that? So that's the key here. Now Marissa has this as well. She doesn't have normal access to it with her regular lights, but she has this target combo. Now this target combo has a slight gap, but that is a frame trap. Let's put this on delay 2. Now, this frame trap is pretty crazy because you get a standing medium. And you can set up medium pressure after this target combo. Now, granted, if they try to just normal light here, they get target comboed. And then you get a follow-up. This is also obviously weak to OD Shuriken. Right? But in the midst of, again, the mental stack, adding that together and being sneaky about stealing a turn, this can help you a lot. So the next character that this works with is going to be Bison. And with Bison, he has it on his standing light kick. Standing light kick, he has it off of that. As you can see, Kim has it on her standing light kick. Ken has it on his standing light kick. JP has it on his standing light kick and 2LP. Gao has it on his standing light kick. Honda has it on his 2LP, 5LP, and then the rest I already went over, and that's pretty much it. So basically, the way you would want to use this is to steal a turn in a close range situation where you're DRCing a light to try and cheat the meter back onto you, so that you could spend the DRC and possibly refund yourself the meter. So yeah, that's pretty much the tech I wanted to share with you guys today. Enjoy. Try it out.